You guys, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I'm your host, Nick Nack, hanging out with you guys tonight. Guys, I got a real simple video for you guys tonight. No unboxings tonight, nothing new, which is kind of a good thing because my wallet kind of needed it this week. It needs a little break, needs to come up for air once in a while, as I'm sure yours does too. But anyway, now I just got some shit to show you guys downstairs in the arcade/archive room, as well as just one more thing up here in the Star Wars wing of the Plastic Planet. But yeah, let's get on it, guys. This is one of my favorite kind of videos to make, just real off the cuff. We're just going to look at some shit. Let's do it right now.
Nick Nack's Plastic Planet.
Alrighty guys, so first up tonight, guys, I got some Star Wars love to show off to you guys, and basically this is how I decided to display my R5-D4 Pit Droid and BD-72 Droid Pack that I unboxed here on the Plastic Planet last week. And yeah, I was a little harsh in that review on these figures, but I do stand by what I said. The materials used are a little substandard, as I said last week, and for, you know, $265 for this set, seems a little overpriced. Seems very overpriced, to be honest. But now that I've got them here in my setup here, I am enjoying them. I gotta admit, you know, you don't necessarily observe the substandard materials when it's, you know, just set up and you're looking at it, as opposed to, you know, feeling it and getting all tactile with it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I actually really dig this setup a lot. Got a lot of junk laying around there. Got Grogu hanging in there, one of my 52 Grogus I've got in my collection. Yeah, looking really good. Got a Pit Droid kind of working on R2-D2 there. Got R5-D4 looking on, and BD-72's hanging out as well, and C-3PO. That's a Sideshow Collectibles C-3PO, as well as a Sideshow Collectibles R2-D2 hanging out with those hot toy droids, and they all look fantastic together. And I made that background myself just several months back. That I've shown it off here on the Plastic Planet before. But yeah, looking great. I like it a lot. Alrighty guys, well, as you can see, I'm heading downstairs into the arcade/archive room, and it's a little messy down here. That's why I always kind of shy away from showing it off a lot, because it's always messy down here. This is sort of a working area for me. I do all my crafting down here, I do gaming down here, and I do work from home some down here as well. And so it's always a little bit on the messy side. But I got some cool shit to show off to you guys down here that I've not showed off on the channel yet. You know, non-Star Wars collectibles, but I do collect more than just Star Wars, and I know the lion's share of this channel these days is Star Wars prioritized, emphasized, I guess. But I do collect other things besides Star Wars, as I just said. And yeah, let's take a look at some of that shit. Let's do it. So first up tonight, man, I do have a little bit of a soft spot. I don't talk about it much, but I do have a little bit of a soft spot for classic, and I mean old school classic horror. And so when NECA came out with the 1931 Bela Lugosi Dracula figure and accessory kit, I kind of jumped on it. This is really badass shit. I work in television, I work in movies, and I've actually put this on the air before, this particular film, so it's got a soft spot in my heart. And I don't know, man, it's old and it's outdated. I mean, it's almost 100 years old, for Christ's sake, but it's awesome. And I really like having this set in my collection, and I did make that floor myself. So the floor is sort of a custom job, but the rest of it is, you know, an accessory kit, courtesy of NECA, which is, well, not courtesy, I fucking bought it, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, it is a nice diorama piece, and that's what I really dig about it. Of course, the accessory kit and the figure were sold separately, but again, I really dig the ability to create dioramas in my collection, especially when figure companies are, you know, really helping you out with that and giving you these awesome accessories like the coffin and the possum and the armadillo, which are in the damn movie. Really cool. So yeah, I dig this a lot. Alrighty, well, speaking of classic films, when I saw Super 7 had Moonwatcher out, and it was only like $30 on Amazon with the monolith, I had to pick that up. Of course, I'm talking about Moonwatcher from 2001: A Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey, based off of Arthur C. Clarke's novel. Absolutely awesome figure. Of course, it's got the iconic and ominous monolith behind it, the big black monolith there, and really, really nice dioramic elements in there as well that Super 7 threw in for us. And of course, you can kind of replay that iconic scene in 2001: A Space Odyssey from the very beginning when Moonwatcher's, basically it's the dawn of intelligence, when Moonwatcher's, rummaging around with those bones and discovers tool usage, and it's just so epic and awesome. I love that scene so much, and I remember reading that book when I was like in the 7th grade and being really, I was a nerd, what can I say, but I was really blown away by it. It was absolutely awesome. So I'm really glad to have Moonwatcher himself here in my collection. Moonwatcher, the Australopithecus africanus, say that 5 times fast, but yeah, so epic and awesome. I love Arthur C. Clarke, so yeah, cool. Alrighty guys, and going from classic movies to classic commercialization, oh man, I've been really fleshing out my vintage McDonald's collection in the last couple months. I bought 3 loose Remco early 70s, I want to say 1973, 1974, McDonald Land characters. Of course, you got creepy ass Ronald there, which is awesome. You got Grimace. You gotta have Grimace, man. Grimace just had a birthday, man, where they were selling purple shakes. That shit was awesome. And then, of course, you got vintage, not the screwy looking 80s boyish Hamburglar. I'm talking about the vintage, crookish, nasty looking Hamburglar. Gotta have him. So those 3 are from Remco from the early 70s. And then I've got just a sort of an assortment of Happy Meal. I think these were from Happy Meals. Happy Meal prizes, including some Fry Guys, and of course the singing 6-pack chicken McNuggets in the 1980s awesome styrofoam container. Yeah, looking really, really cool as they're backed up there by my I think that's a Playmates or something, McDonald's restaurant, and that's really cool as well. And then of course I've got some glassware back there in addition to that I've shown off in other videos. And I can't forget, man, not McDonald's related, man, but I got two characters from a Captain Crunch box. I think that's a Sog monster there and some kind of robot, 2 villains of Captain Crunch. So yeah, this is sort of my 80s 70s commercialization shelf, and I'm going to be doing some more dioramic elements in here. I'm going to be adding in some things that really, really will make it feel more McDonald landish. A lot of green, a lot of grass, sort of like fake diorama grass and other things. It's going to look rad, guys. It's going to look really, really rad. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll show that off at some point. Some other work in progress shit. Can't remember if I showed you guys this or not, but I made a model of a Kentucky Fried Chicken about a month or 2 ago. Actually, I bought this model a couple years ago and I never finished it, but I took the time to finish it sometime this summer, and it looks really, really cool. It's a nice, awesome, like 1970s era Kentucky Fried Chicken, the kind we'd drive past in my parents' Pontiac Grand Am, and I'd look over longingly at it because I wanted some of those awesome 11 herbs and spices from the Colonel's original fried chicken recipe. So goddamn good. Of course, it kind of got ruined when I worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken in high school. It kind of ruined me on KFC for about 10 years. But man, I love it again, man. I'm back on the bandwagon, as well as a Pizza Hut, an original Red Roof Pizza Hut. My wife and I met outside of a Red Roof Pizza Hut on the 4th of July because we had mutual friends who worked at Pizza Hut, and we were all hanging out and waiting for some people to get off work, and both of us were, and we didn't know each other, even though we went to high school together, and we met in the parking lot of a Red Roof Pizza Hut. True story. So anyway, the 2 restaurants near and dear to my heart. I love fast food, man. Although I've been really good, guys, and I've been laying off fast food for about a month now, and I'm down about 13 pounds. Anyway, just had to brag. I'm sure I'll gain it back because I love eating, but for right now, I'm doing okay. And yeah, but anyway, yeah, love these models. I don't know if I showed these off or not. Anyway, I'm going to do something with this foam, man. I got to make this look a little cooler on top of my Space Invaders cabinet here. But yeah, looking rad. Honestly, guys, I can't remember if I showed you guys this top shelf up here, but I got some modern Boglins hanging out up there. I got on sale at the end of last year at GameStop on clearance. I got some awesome NECA love there with 2 of my very favorite 80s aliens chilling on the couch there with the Speak and Spell and some popcorn. I'm talking about Alf and E.T. That looks really, really cool. I got that couch off Amazon. It's actually for like dollhouses, but I think it looks really, really cool for my purposes here. Anyway, I love that. Casual wear E.T. with hanging out with Alf. and Lucky and a sandwich there, Lucky the cat. That's really, really cool. I can't remember if I showed this shelf off or not, but anyway, here it is again if I did. And I also got my Etsy Johnny Five from Short Circuit, one of my very favorite 80s robot movies, in there as well. So looking cool. So I'm sure I've showed this off, but I got this steel beam that runs along here, basically, supports my house. But there's also a great little lip on there to put some collectibles. And I've got a number of collectibles displayed up here, including some novels and some miscellaneous Star Trek stuff. And check it out, man. I got Angus Young there. I love that Angus Young action figure, surrounded by some AC/DC CDs with some Beavis and Butthead there. There's some Alf. And yeah, looking really, really cool. There's some vintage Smurfs down there as well. But yeah, looking rad. Looking really, really cool. Lastly, I got my Pee Wee Herman pull string doll that I bought at a thrift store for like $5 about a year ago. Rest in peace, Paul Rubens, man. Miss you.